Today's show is sponsored by the Electric Vehicle Association. Join up to support the electrification of transport and get the help you need to finance your own EV or clean energy future. And by Energy Sage. Visit the link in the description to find local, verified solar experts, community projects and heat pump specialists in your area. And by you. Support the channel today and help us remain 100% independent. Welcome back to another episode of TEN, Transport Evolved News. Thanks for joining me. Just 3 weeks ago, EV startup Slate Auto, backed by Amazon founder Jeff Bezos, revealed its first vehicle, the Slate truck, and it's already reached 100,000 pre-reservation deposits. It's a compact, flexible pickup with a starting price of $27,000 before incentives. For that, you get a basic single-row EV with a 52.7 kilowatt-hour battery pack, 150 kilowatt rear-wheel drive motor, manual windows, and a no-frills interior. Everything else, SUV upgrade kit, extended range, centre tablet, is optional, letting buyers choose between bare-bones utility or fully loaded features. In a world of $70,000 pickups, that simplicity is turning heads, and it's no surprise it's proving popular with prospective buyers. But it's also worth noting that pre-reservations do not a confirmed sale make. So here's hoping Slate Auto can bring this to market in time to convert those reservations into actual sales. After its potential merger with Honda fell through earlier this year, we've been watching troubled automaker Nissan closely, and this week things took a turn for the worst. At the start of the week, Nissan confirmed in a press release its new Nissan recovery plan, which includes cancelling its planned LFP battery factory in Kita, Japan. The company says it's taking immediate turnaround actions to explore all options to recover performance. This is a major setback for Nissan's EV plans, and the plant was expected to start up in 2028 with a capacity of 5 gigawatt hours of LFP batteries per year. Nissan also announced it will cut global automotive production sites from 17 to 10 by the end of fiscal year 2027, slashing more than 20,000 jobs. While Nissan did highlight the next generation LEAF, which will be a global model and rebadged for Mitsubishi, other promised EVs were noticeably absent from the announcement. Toyota unveiled its new North American EV lineup this week, renaming the outgoing BZ4X, upgrading specs and confirming 2 new models. No video footage yet, Toyota says that's coming next week. The new BZ, often nicknamed the Busy Forks, now has a fresh front end, bigger touchscreen and improved range. The longest-legged variant offers 314 miles, 505 kilometres from a 74.7 kilowatt-hour battery pack. The BZ Woodland is a new wagon-style model with 8 3/10 inches, that's 21 centimetres of ground clearance, 3,500 pounds or 1,588 kilos of towing, and all-wheel drive. Range is 260 miles or 418 kilometres. Next, there's the CHR, first unveiled earlier this year in Europe, which offers all-wheel drive and up to 290 miles or 477 kilometres of range. All three share the same eTNGA platform and will come with NACS inlets, plug and charge, and semi-autonomous driving. Final launch details and pricing will follow later this year. Lawmakers on Capitol Hill are battling over what the US president is calling his big, beautiful bill, but is anything but. The proposed legislation guts the federal safety net, eliminates taxes on gun silencers, cuts income taxes for billionaires, and raises costs for almost everyone else. As we hinted last week, Republicans also want to kill incentives for anything cleaner, greener, safer, smarter, and more equitable. Draft legislation targets solar tax credits, EV incentives, both new and used, and funding for EV infrastructure. Right now, the bill still preserves large-scale renewable incentives for utilities, and there may be a loophole for EV makers that haven't yet sold 200,000 cars. We're filming this show on a Thursday and a lot can change before we publish on Saturday, so we'll update you in the future. But for now, it really doesn't look good. If you're in the US and you disagree with what's happening, call your senator and call your representatives. ARC, a specialist electric boat company, has been on our radar for several years now. This week, it unveiled its latest model, an all-electric centre console boat called the ARC Coast. Originally focused on high-end premium electric boats, ARC is now aiming to bring costs down with this new offering. Priced from $168,000, it's still a significant investment, but with a length of 24 feet, a powerful 400 horsepower electric motor, a top speed of 43 knots and 226 kilowatt hours of battery pack providing between 3 and 5 hours of use, the ARC Coast compares reasonably well to similarly sized twin-engine gasoline centre console boats. I should note the centre console is the most popular type of pleasure craft in the US, and this 10-seat fiberglass boat marks an important step towards more affordable electric boating. While electric boats still have a long way to go before fully replacing gas models, innovations like this show the industry is moving forwards very rapidly. The Insurance Institute for Highway Safety has released its latest ratings, awarding the Audi Q6 e-tron SUV its Top Safety Pick Plus award. It earned good scores across the board, except for rear passenger restraints and dummy kinematics, where it received an adequate rating. This performance met all of the criteria, including strong results in small overlap front and updated side tests, pedestrian crash prevention, and all available headlight options. Its sibling, the Audi Q6 e-tron Sportback, hasn't yet earned the award, but that's not because of any major differences between the models in terms of safety, but rather because the IIHS has yet to complete the full crash test suite for the e-tron Sportback, and it also hasn't received any crash test data from Volkswagen Audi to complete that. Once testing is finalised and or reviewed, it could join its counterpart in earning the Top Safety Pick Plus distinction, and of course, if and when that happens, I will let you know. Fresh from its faux pas last week in which it neutered the road performance of its range-topping 1.15 megawatt SU7 Ultra EV via an over-the-air update, only then to have to backtrack following massive customer outrage, Xiaomi has announced a new partnership with a legendary Nurburgring in Germany. Under the new long-term premium partnership, the EV startup will gain naming rights on one of the track's more than 150 corners, and the company name will feature prominently alongside the track, alongside older automotive brands. For those interested, Curve 12 on the Grand Prix circuit will now be officially known as the Xiaomi Curve, and we can expect future record attempts from the brand to lean heavily into the new sponsorship deal. How is this all possible for such a new automotive brand? Well, that's quite easy. While Xiaomi is new to the automotive world, it's actually a spin-off brand of the tech giant Xiaomi, considered the Apple of China. And with a massive amount of funding beside it, Xiaomi is doing things that most startup automakers can only dream of. It's official. Volkswagen has confirmed it will evolve its current MEB platform, which underpins a wide range of electric vehicles from Volkswagen, Audi, Skoda and Seat into next-generation architecture known as MEB+. Set to follow the launch of the upcoming Volkswagen ID.2, the MEB Plus platform will underpin future model year versions of the ID.3, ID.4, ID.5 and ID.7, as well as other models. Among the key upgrades, the introduction of a cell-to-pack battery architecture and the use of much more affordable lithium iron phosphate or LFP battery cells. While some may view MEB Plus as a temporary measure ahead of the long-delayed SSP platform, the upgrades it brings are anything but minor. The shift to LFP and cell-to-pack should dramatically lower production costs, and that could mean more affordable EVs across the entirety of the Volkswagen Group brands. One of the most over-the-top EVs on the market just got a little bit more extra. That's because GMC has unveiled updates for the 2026 Hummer EV pickup and SUV. There are 2 new paint and interior options and an upgraded King Crab mode that turns the rear wheels faster than the fronts, making low-speed manoeuvres about as effortless as a London black cab doing a U-turn. The feature will also roll out to earlier models via over-the-air updates. There's also a new carbon fibre edition boasting a sprint time of just 2.8 seconds, because why shouldn't your urban assault vehicle be that quick? Super Cruise gets smoother transitions on and off-mapped roads, plus route-based lane changing. And yes, there's now bi-directional charging, enabling vehicle-to-home and vehicle-to-vehicle power sharing, assuming you've got the right hardware. And finally for this segment, some fantastic news. Mercedes-Benz listens. If you caught last week's show, you'll remember the horror I shared over the new CLA with EQ technology being limited to 800-volt DC fast charging. That would have made it incompatible with a massive chunk of North America's charging infrastructure, including most of Tesla's supercharger network. Mercedes claimed the move was about prioritizing owner experiences, but after a wave of backlash, it's backtracked. The company now says that the 2026 CLA with EQ technology will support 400-volt charging too. Sure, Benz still treats 400 volts like it's beneath it, and I expect speeds to be nerfed, think early Porsche Taycan levels of stinginess. But hey, Pesta Power works. Now, if we could only get it to work on our elected officials, we'd be in business. But hey, if our elected officials decide not to listen, and let's be honest, that's looking more and more likely, if you do want to add solar to your home and don't have it yet, time is running out to act before the US federal tax credit for solar panels disappears. And if you are a homeowner ready to take that step, I know just the folks to help out. Our regular show sponsor, Energy Sage. Energy Sage helps homeowners connect with local verified solar installers across the US and now heat pump specialists in select markets who really know their stuff and can help you navigate the process of installing solar panels, join a community solar program, or get a heat pump installed. We used Energy Sage when we were looking for installers willing to help us put solar panels on the roof of our home, and our Energy Sage verified installers were professional and knowledgeable and even put us in touch with an amazing credit union that allowed us to finance our solar panels for as low a monthly payment as possible. Follow the links below to sign up for either of Energy Sage's free, no obligation services and get that ball rolling today. If you choose to use an Energy Sage installer for your project, we will also get a small referral fee, so you'll be helping us out too. Help the grid get greener, save money, and support the show. It's a win-win-win. And now it's time for our news shorts. Polestar has issued a recall for the Polestar 3 to fix problems with the rear view and 360-degree camera feeds. Similar to a recent Polestar 2 recall, the cameras may not display correctly when the car is put into reverse. The fix comes via an over-the-air update, so owners won't need to visit a dealership. Waymo recalled more than 1,100 of its self-driving robotaxis due to trouble spotting things like stationary gates and chains. The software was fixed via an over-the-air update late last year, but we've only just learned about it through official NHTSA filings. As demand for its LFP-based eActross 600 electric truck grows, Mercedes-Benz Trucks Europe will expand the eActross 600 lineup this autumn. Meanwhile, the earlier eActross 300 and 400 models, built on a less capable EV platform, will cease production at the end of this year. Mazda is teaming up with Chinese partner Changan to build new EVs on CATL's fresh CIIC skateboard platform. This platform uses CATL's cell-to-chassis tech, integrating the battery pack, power electronics and motors into one drive-by-wire skateboard. It's the first platform CATL has launched, aiming to streamline EV design and production. MAN Trucks in Europe has launched MAN Charge & Go, a new charging service for electric trucks. It lets truck operators access around 650 charging stations across Europe with one account. By the end of this year, it's hoped that network will have grown to over 1,000 stops or more. Following last week's news about Vinfast closing its showrooms across Europe, the company has clarified this week that it's signing new dealership contracts throughout the region. This marks a shift from owning showrooms to adopting a franchised dealership model instead. Indonesian consumer electronics company e-tron has entered into the electric vehicle market. By partnering with Chinese EV maker Skyworth, it's rebadging the Skyworth EV6 as the e-tron G3. This model will initially be sold exclusively in Indonesia and features a 52 kilowatt-hour LFP battery pack with front-wheel drive. Scientists at the Technical University of Munich have announced a solid-state breakthrough that could enable battery designs conducting lithium ions over 30% faster than with current materials. This advance may pave the way for batteries that are both more energy-dense and power-dense, boosting performance across the board. While the North American charging standard, NACS, is being adopted by most automakers across North America, Mazda announced this week that it will bring its standard to Japanese market EVs. Starting in 2027, all Mazda models sold in Japan will come with NACS compatibility. UK bus maker Wrightbus has secured a new £150 million finance package from HSBC UK to boost production of zero-emission buses. This funding will help Wrightbus design and build new battery electric and hydrogen fuel cell buses. It's no secret Porsche hasn't had the best start to the year, with sales falling short of expectations. According to Automotive News, some executives and board members are now blaming slower EV adoption rates and tough competition in China. It's also possible Porsche's old guard might want the company to go back to gasoline, which would show its EV process even more. MAN Truck and Bus has just unveiled what it calls Europe's first e-coach, featuring battery packs up to more than half a megawatt-hour in capacity and with a drag coefficient of 0.31, the full-size Lions Coach E promises ranges of up to 650 kilometres, that's about 404 miles. General Motors has hired Sterling Anderson, the former head of autopilot at Tesla, to work on its end-to-end vehicle lifecycle program. Anderson also co-founded autonomous trucking firm Aurora, bringing deep self-driving expertise to GM. He's expected to be a major asset to GM's future tech ambitions. New filings show Faraday Future sold fewer than 20 electric cars over 2 years. It sold just 2 FF91 luxury SUVs in the first quarter of this year, each priced at around $300,000. Despite that, its revenue matched the price of a single car, and its net losses now hit $43.8 million. The UK government has earmarked £1 billion to help AESC build a new gigafactory in Sunderland. Once complete, it will produce enough battery cells for 100,000 electric vehicles a year. The northern facility is expected to create around 1,000 jobs in the region. XPeng has just teased its next-generation P7 electric sedan, set to replace the current 2023 model. While this marks the second major refresh, the sleek design and pronounced pop-up rear spoiler suggest a focus on both speed and luxury. Details are scarce, but expectations high. Finnish electric motorcycle firm Verge has launched a new business unit called Verge Next to sell its unique in-wheel motor tech. Developed with partner Donut Lab, the motor replaces traditional drivetrains by sitting inside the rear wheel. Verge hopes to license the tech to other motorcycle manufacturers. Royal Enfield's all-electric Flying Flea brand, named after World War II-era motorcycles, will hit the market early next year. Its first models, the FF-C6 and S6, are in final development and set to debut in early 2026. The launch marks a retro-modern return for the iconic name. SAIC-owned Maxus has finished testing bidirectional charging on its eDeliver 5, eDeliver 7 and e-tron 9. The company says the feature will roll out to owners via a certified charger program. It allows compatible vehicles to send power back to the grid or a building when needed. V-Green, a charging station company founded by Vinfast's CEO, plans to deploy 60,000 EV chargers across Indonesia by year's end. It will partner with ChargeCore, ChargePoint, Armata Group and CVS in a $300 million investment. This rollout aims to greatly expand charger capabilities in Indonesia. Audi just revealed the e-tron GT Quattro, a new entry-level model in its lineup. It ditches high-end speed for longer range and a 4-second sprint time. Yes, it is still pricey, but it's a much more approachable option for e-tron GT fans or for those who want an alternative to its twin, the Porsche Taycan. The ongoing economic uncertainty caused by the US president's unfathomable trade war, combined with likely weakening EV incentives in North America, has led Honda to postpone plans for a new EV and battery plant in Canada. Construction is now delayed by at least 2 years. Toyota, struggling in the Chinese market, is reportedly eyeing a new partnership with EV maker Nita Auto. The two could form a symbiotic relationship. Nita helps Toyota gain market share, while Toyota provides much-needed cash flow to Nita. The move could be a key for both companies' growth in the tough Chinese market. XPeng has formed a strategic partnership with Plugsurfing in Europe. This deal gives XPeng customers access to nearly 1 million public charging points across 27 countries. They'll benefit from a network covering 500 charge point operators, making charging easier than ever for owners. Mitsubishi has released a teaser video of its upcoming all-electric compact crossover, the Eclipse Cross. Set to debut this September, the vehicle will be built by Renault at one of its French facilities, hinting at shared underpinnings with the Renault Scenic E-Tech and likely offering similar specs and performance. Group14 Technologies, in collaboration with BASF, have announced a new market-ready silicon anode material designed for mainstream EV battery packs. Designed as a drop-in solution, the new anode promises to improve energy density, charging speed and overall cell lifespan. German trade union IG Metall, which represents a large portion of workers at Ford's Cologne EV plant, where the Ford Explorer EV and Capri EV are built, has voted 93.5% in favour of industrial action. The vote follows Ford's announcement that it plans to cut 14% of its European workforce, a move tied to slower than expected EV sales across the region. Vianode and Fortum Battery Recycling have signed a new Memorandum of Understanding to develop a sustainable value chain for electric vehicle battery materials. The partnership will focus on scalable recycling of graphite from used battery packs, helping both companies build a low-carbon anode supply chain. General Motors and LG Energy Solution have announced a new lithium manganese-rich battery cell for future pickups and full-size EVs. These cells offer up to 1/3 more energy density than current LFP battery tech, while avoiding the high costs of NCM cells, with production due to start in around 2 years' time. Another US governor, this time the governor of Vermont, has paused EV sales targets for the state. While he stated his support for incentivizing Vermonters to transition to cleaner vehicles, he cited concerns over charging infrastructure and affordability in his decision to halt the targets. Sales data from China last month shows that new energy vehicles, battery electric, plug-in hybrid and hydrogen fuel cell electric, hit a record market share of 47.3% last month. More than 1,220,000 NEVs were sold in China in April alone. Skoda has unveiled 2 new performance-oriented members of its Enyaq family. The Enyaq VRS and Enyaq Coupe VRS are the brand's fastest accelerating production models to date, each doing the stoplight sprint in 5.4 seconds. While still being affordable, in the UK, pricing starts from just under £52,000 sterling. After extensive negotiations, the UK and India have signed a new free trade agreement that will see India and the UK adopt new concessions to make trade between the two nations easier. As part of this deal, India will dramatically reduce import tariffs on UK-made EVs. US charging company Gravity has announced plans to establish new EV fast-charging corridors across the Greater Los Angeles area. Its initial investment will include 8 different sites, each offering multiple fast chargers capable of delivering up to 500 kilowatts to compatible EVs. Archer Aviation has signed another deal this week, this time with the Olympic Games, to provide eVTOL air taxi services for the 2028 Olympics in Los Angeles. The service will transport VIPs, fans and team members between various Olympic locations across the area. While Nissan faces an uncertain future, it did celebrate a new record this week by securing 10,000 confirmed orders for the Dongfeng Nissan N7 EV. It was a new model unveiled in China on April 28th, and deliveries have just officially begun. Vinfast has unveiled its first all-electric cargo van, the EC van. It closely resembles the VF3 in size, suggesting a shared platform. It features a 17 kilowatt-hour battery pack and a 600 kilogram payload capacity, which is around 1,328 US pounds. As US trade tariffs and anti-EV policies continue to impact the market, Toyota is revising its EV sales goals once again for the year. Last year, reports from Nikkei suggested a target of 1 million EVs sold in 2026, which was down from an earlier goal of 1.5 million, but now the brand has officially confirmed the lower target. Hornsea 4, a massive 2.4 gigawatt wind farm planned off the northeast coast of the UK, has officially been cancelled. Citing concerns over supply chain challenges and operational risks, the developer has reconsidered the investment, which could have cost more than $800 million. Volvo has teased the return of the XC70 station wagon, now reinvented as a plug-in hybrid crossover, offering around 200 kilometres or 125 miles of electric range per charge. While, yes, it is a plug-in hybrid, this long-range capability should promote more extended all-electric driving. While the US president is making headlines with a lavish Boeing 747 gift from Qatar, the French president has chosen a more understated ride this week, a custom-modified all-electric DS No. 8. Marking a first, it's the official state-owned electric car for the French presidency, and it was delivered just in time for the 80th anniversary of VE Day in Europe. And those are your news shorts. There will be more next week. Our final two news stories are up next, but first, a quick word about our most important sponsors, you. Transport Evolved is celebrating its 15th year this year, and we've worked hard to stay fiercely independent, thanks entirely to the generous support of viewers like you. We've always kept our content free to access, and we'd love to keep it that way. But to do so, we need your support more now than ever before. Recent changes at YouTube, including shifting algorithms that penalise creators outside the million subscriber club, have made things increasingly difficult for small indie channels like this one. And that's been made worse by a deeply troubling policy change of late. YouTube used to classify anti-LGBTQ+ harassment as hate speech, but it no longer does. That decision has left us and other creators we've worked with are vulnerable to escalating abuse, which in turn impacts our income and our ability to stay safe. That's why Patreon has become our primary source of funding. With our increased support, our ability to continue may be at risk, so if you can, please consider supporting us there. We're also launching a new business offering third-party video production and EV consulting. So if you or someone you know needs that kind of expertise, please reach out. Whether you support us financially, share our content, or just simply watch every video we make until the very end. It all helps, and we are eternally grateful. Thank you. Now, on to our final two stories. If you like having all your tech seamlessly connected, especially in your EV, you probably enjoy the convenience and features that come with it. But as I and Kate often warn, the more connected a vehicle is, the greater the risk of compromise. And this week, researchers from PC Automotive revealed at Black Hat Asia 2025 how they've spent years hacking a 2020 Nissan LEAF, exploiting both hardware and software vulnerabilities to take control of the central touchscreen, display images on it, remotely record conversations inside the car, and even activate things like the steering wheel, wipers, and other controls. These flaws were responsibly disclosed to Nissan and its suppliers between August 2023 and September 2024, but it is a stark reminder that connected cars, while very cool, carry some serious security risks. And finally, as a farm girl, born and raised, I didn't spend a lot of time in playgrounds, but I did spend time wandering the fields and helping out on the farm. And as a result, I've got a bit of a soft spot for tractors. An essential tool to get work done, tractors come in all different shapes and sizes, but most still rely on smelly diesel engines. Traditionally, electric ones have been reserved for garden or orchard work, but this week we learned about the official launch of the Onox Onox electric tractor. Built by a company in southern Germany, it's a medium-sized general-purpose farm tractor powered by a 50-kilowatt motor that can peak at around 70 kilowatts. It features both front and rear PTOs and even has a handy front-mounted cargo area where you'd normally expect an engine and exhaust stack. Unlike many other electric tractors, it uses modular swappable battery packs, meaning one set of batteries can charge while the other is out working in the field. It also supports a variety of wheel and steering configurations and tools. But what I really love, and I can't stress this enough, is that the Onox is built to be user maintainable. Its drivetrain and batteries are designed for easy repair, using low voltage components where possible. I would honestly love to put one of these through its paces, so if you're watching Onox, can we have a chat? And on that note, we are done for today. As always, a massive thank you to the Electric Vehicle Association for sponsoring today's show. The EVA has been advocating for electric vehicles since 1967, and they believe, just like we do at this channel, that our future depends on us making the switch to clean, green electric transport today. They can connect you with EV educators, local meetups, and even help you make the transition to electric yourself. And if you become a member, you'll gain access to a clean energy and EV loan program created in partnership with the Colorado Clean Energy Credit Union. You can find out more by heading to myeva.org. Also, thanks to Energy Sage. Follow the link below to connect with trusted, verified solar experts who can help you put panels on your roof, join a community solar program, or even get a heat pump. Taking control of your energy future has never been easier. And if you've made your own transport or energy cleaner this week, whether that's switching to an EV, installing solar, turning off things you don't need to use, or simply choosing to walk, good job. If you'd like to support the channel, you can do that from just $1.50 a month on Patreon. And if you are in the Portland area and need a video production team, don't forget we are available for hire, EV or not, so please reach out. We've also got some great new swag in our store. There's Pride merch coming next month, and you can send one-time donations through Ko-fi, Bitcoin, or even old-fashioned checks. We also have an Amazon affiliate link you can use to support the show. You can find more content from us on our main channel and over on Transport Evolve Take 2. We publish on our main channel, that's the one this video is on, every Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday, and on a Sunday you'll find us over on Transport Evolve Take 2. To finish, remember this: you're valid, you're loved, and you belong, even when politicians, corporations, or hateful voices try to tell you otherwise. This week has yet again been rough. Legislation, hate, court decisions seeking to stifle and separate rather than love and nurture are becoming the norm, and it feels like it's getting worse. But we all have to keep going and create the world we want to see. And please know that even the strongest people sometimes need a break. It is totally okay not to be okay. It is okay to be angry, scared, and overwhelmed. It's okay to take a break. But your existence is resistance. Simply by being here, you make it harder for hate to thrive. So be kind, be bold, speak up, be empathic, protest peacefully, make good trouble, and attend your local town halls. Get involved. So until next time, stay safe, whoever you are, wherever you are, whoever you love. Be an ally, be kind, be that positive change you want to see in the world, and please, for the sake of everyone's future, don't let hate or ignorance win. As always, keep evolving.